Hey, what's going on, y'all? So since I've been blocked from Facebook for the last week, I been creative with finding ways to create content. So I make my workout videos, so they ain't gonna change. But what I want to talk to you guys today is something that I've been experiencing, healing from, readjusting, all that shit. And what I'm talking about is self-negative thinking. And why I say self-negative thinking is because it's the negative thinking that we put on ourselves. It's the idea that we can't do something when in actuality we can't. And the only reason why we're thinking that way is because our brain is bullshitting us. All right? A lot of times we forget that we really can control that motherfucker, but we get to a place that we think because it's inside of us, we can't. It's false. Your brain has been conditioned to do a lot of different things that you have possibly learned from childhood, probably in your teens, and all the way up into your adulthood. And none of it's right or wrong. But what you can determine on what you need to get rid of, what you need to sift through, is going to be based on how it's affecting you as you get older. Things that I have noticed for myself, which I had to actually confront recently, was things that I experienced as a child when I was outed by my church for being gay. And the story is a long story, but overall, I was outed by my pastor's daughter who found me on Black Planet, who had no reason to be there in the first damn place. But you see me, and you tell your dad and your family, or your mom and your dad, because her brother wasn't really with the shit like that, but your mom and your dad decided to tell my parents and force me to tell them after church one night. Such a great fucking year. But so that shit happened, right? And they didn't realize how much it was really taking effect on me. All I knew is that I was irritated, I was angry, I was frustrated. I felt like I had to prove something. And I even then, on that time, because I was only 17, I didn't really know what I was all experiencing. I just knew that I like girls. I just knew that I tried fucking with niggas. It just wasn't for me, you know? And my parents didn't want to hear that shit. You know, my mom kept telling me over and over again she had an idea of what she wanted me to be, who she wanted me to be for her. You know, what was their ideal for the family. And ultimately, it fucked with me, all right? So it had me in this place feeling like I couldn't make my mama happy at the end of the day because I've tried the shit, but it just wasn't gonna go. So I didn't want to make it seem as if, of course, I'd make an attempt. You know what I mean? But that shit can only go so far. Like, you can't force yourself to do something that you don't want to do. You can't force yourself to feel some type of way about somebody that you really don't feel any type of way for at all. And that's really what it came down to. So I had it, once I finally realized that shit, and I just went on living my own life, doing the things that I needed to do for me, and ultimately creating a life on my own. It wasn't until in my 30s, which is literally like last few weeks ago, I was able to finally have that conversation with her. It was tough, I ain't gonna lie, because she didn't care for it. But I needed her to hear me, you know, and I needed to confront it. I got tired of having to keep being battered about it and feeling like I was the one that destroyed the family when all I was doing was accepting myself. And a lot of times we have to tell our people, the ones that we are even blood, that I see what you want to do for me, but at the end of the day, this is what I need to do for me. And it all comes in confronting what is that trauma that puts you in that place of making you feel as if you were less than. In actuality, you're nothing. You're so much farther than that. You are way more than they have ever expected. They just don't see it yet. And a lot of times, hell, fuck it, all the time, it's not for them to see. It's for you to really embrace. It's for you to love on. It's for you to evolve, elevate in. You know what I mean? It's for you to inspire somebody else who might be going through the same struggles that you had gone through. And a lot of times I'd be wondering, like, why did I have to go through all that? Like, why you could just make me a boy? Just make me a guy. That way I don't have to deal with none of this shit. But no, God put all these capabilities inside of me. They put all this fucking, the feelings and the passion inside of myself. Like, I'm a strong motherfucker. I'm masculine as shit, but I tap into my femininity because I know that I need both to really survive. I need both to be able to understand who I am in its entirety. That's my duality. It's what makes Jay who Jay is. Hell, fuck. That's what makes Jessica who Jessica is. And I had to finally embrace that shit. And now that I am embracing it, I have so many other things that's been coming my way, that's been opening up for me. The doors haven't stopped opening since I have been acceptance. of me and where I'm at. And a lot of times it's something as simple as that, but it's so hard to do because we have been so conditioned to change up how we feel, change up what we think, make sure we live for other people, make sure that we're making our parents proud, make sure that we're making the pastor proud. In actuality, fuck them. I'm living for me. And when I live for me, I am also giving permission for others to live for themselves. That's my purpose in life. That's my meaning. That's why I'm here. That's why God been saving me left and right when I shouldn't have made it in a lot of different circumstances. Like, there's been so many different ways that I could have been taken from this earth, but God kept making a place for me. The universe kept holding the place for me, kept keeping me alive. Spirit has been putting me in his arms, bruh. Like, you just wouldn't even believe. So I want to say this to you guys. Like, I don't care what's going on. I don't care who told you couldn't be. I don't told you who said that you have to do this a certain type of way. I say fuck them. I say live for you. Love you. Accept you. Know that there's power in just being you, bruh. Power in just being yourself. When you finally start realizing that shit, you'll start changing up so many things around you, bruh. You'll start being the light that people thought they could never see, that people need to see, so that they can continuously see that light of themselves. I am that light for you, my nigga. I am that light for everything that you have ever wanted in your life. I am that light that you thought was never there. But now that you see me, you start realizing that you can really be that light for yourself too. Be that light for others. Start with you, but be that light for others. Love yourself. Confirmation, baby, confirmation. Let's make this, fuck making the world a better place. Make you a better person. Make you a better person, and in turn, everything else will follow. Love you, love yourself, love everybody around you. You can't go no fucking wrong.